Damn, I really do have a lot of nice merch on here. That's crazy. Oh, my bad. Yeah, go check that out in the description. Go check that in the description. Fang Gang merch. Apparently, this woke woman decided that she figured out what was like the major threat to the world. What was the biggest one? In her mind, in her opinion, in YouTube, this ain't me saying this. I disagree. But in her opinion, it's white woman. Yeah, that is, oh, you solved it. You cracked the code. It's problem solved now. Let's just blame one entire race. That's so stupid. I don't know how you don't see that as what it is. Racism. I don't know how anyone could not see that for what it is. It's so blatant. So blatant, man. Just because someone's white don't mean that they are horrible or evil. That's disgusting. Would you like it if someone said that about black people? No, you would cry. You would cry. Well, look at you. So quick. So quick to put that on someone because they're white? Disgusting. Let's check this out. And then, I'm probably going to get the roaster.
I think one of the most harmful things about racism is that it has essentially made the truth controversial. I know a lot of Black people are not comfortable with telling the truth because there's a level of controversy in that truth. For instance, I made a video recently about how dangerous a lot of white women can be in this society. And there was pushback, which is weird because that's the truth. And over and over and over again, we have seen instances of white women being dangerous to Black people and people of color. And still, we find controversy in that fact. For instance, I recently saw a video of a hotel worker being harassed by a white woman. He has to physically subdue this woman from harming him. Now, keep in mind, this is a Black man. And so he is physically restraining this woman because she's trying to harm him. And the police come. Guess who they arrest? You got it, the Black guy. Because individual white women are backed by a system that sees them as damsels in distress. When white women are perceived as damsels in distress, every single person they come in contact with, they are a danger to. Because if you by default see a white woman as a damsel in distress, and by default you see a Black person as dangerous and violent. Put two and two together.
That was stupid. Who let that person cook? Who was it that was just like, yeah. Let them cook. They kicking some knowledge. No, they not. No, they are not. First of all, what you're speaking on with the damsel of distress, like, that just applies to women in general. Society has deemed them to be super victims. So if a woman just yells out, help, I need help, no matter what the race is, chances are people will automatically start assuming that the woman needs help, right? Then maybe there'll be some logical thinkers that will come and start realizing that it's not adding up. That's more of a woman thing. And it's not me even blaming women. It's society. What was the name of that woman that did something horrible to her parents? They made a song about it. Loud motorcycle outside. They made a song about it. Sound like the Kentucky Derby outside. They made a song about it. How she gave them 41 and when she realized what she's done. And I forgot her name. Is it Lizzie Borden? I can't remember. I gotta stop second guessing myself. That's probably extremely accurate with the name. Let me know in the comment section. But because she was a woman, people would like automatically assume it was impossible for her to have done something. So that's not about race. That's not a race thing. That's society's like view on men and women, right? There's a bias. There's a lot of biases and privileges. We all have them. There's Black privilege. That's a real thing. Woman privilege, man privilege. Everyone has a privilege, right? The sooner we stop crying about it and start working on ourselves and actually focus on the things that we have to do, the sooner that we'll get more accomplished, maybe even as a society as well.
It's truly amazing to me how fast the narrative changes. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. White women are one of the most dangerous groups in the United States and abroad. At this point, we've pretty much all seen the video of the city bike incident between the Black guy and the white woman. The Black guy claimed that he bought the bike. The white woman claimed that she bought the bike. It was a tug of war match. But notice how white people were laying in wait for some little nugget of information that was going to absolve this white woman of taking accountability for the harm that she put these boys in. Whiteness is a cult, and they will always come to the defense of their cult members. This evidence that people are now getting on here to push to say that this white woman is innocent actually doesn't prove anything at all. But it does prove the lengths that some of y'all will go to protect white women. It's wild to me how people still see Black people as one of the most violent groups, when actually the most violent among us has the inability to hold their community members accountable for the ways in which they harm other people. You know who you are. This is exactly what I was talking about in my video. We, by default, give white women the benefit of the doubt. Is what we're trained to do since birth. She's a pregnant nurse coming off of a 12-hour shift. She would never. Well, what if I decided to give the Black boys the benefit of the doubt? Why would a bunch of Black boys steal a city bike from a white woman in a busy metropolitan area?
They did.
We need to train our brains to stop seeing white women as inherently good. She's a pregnant nurse coming off of a 12-hour shift. Have you lived on this earth for, 10 years? This is not an anomaly. And even aside from the whole stealing of the bike, let's put that in the back of our minds. That white woman.
Man, let me interrupt real quick. Like, I agree with the standpoint of, or the point of, it's not an anomaly, because that does happen. I've seen it on both sides. People in my comment section, because I've made a mistake and adjusted it immediately and let it be known, that's what you're supposed to do when you have integrity. But there were people that was just unsatisfied. Like, why would you ever even? Because I grew up in a certain place where things like that were kind of common, right? So I think that we need to handle things based on a case-by-case basis and not say, why would someone ever do that? That's dumb. That's not going to apply for every time. We can't generalize. Case-by-case basis, fam. Yes, it's possible for a woman to work 12 hours, be pregnant, and come out and start spazzing. I've seen it. Does it mean that that's the case in this one? No, because proof was released that these teenagers that she was referring to did steal that bike or did attempt to. So yeah, no, I'm not rolling. Yeah, you're just talking out your butt. But I do believe on both sides, guys, we need to start handling situations case by case and not generalize on some, there are anomalies. And we don't know if, based on a 5-second, 10-second clip, if this case could be an anomaly. But we should just take the time to do the research and yada, yada, yada. And if you do make the mistake, there's nothing wrong with that as long as you correct it, right? Get out your ego and make the correction. There's nothing wrong with that.
Stealing of the bike. Let's put that in the back of our minds. That white woman pretended like she was in danger by saying, help, 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 because she knew the privilege that she had. She knew that people hearing her cries of distress would run to her defense. And how many times has that ended in a Black person's death?
I don't know what the heck they talking about. That person in that clip was tripping, was straight tripping. There are cases where crazy things happen. I just don't think that you should generalize and do things based off of that, right? I'm a Black man. I'm American. I'm not an African American. I'm an American. Have I dealt with racism in the world, like actual racism? Yes. Does that mean that everyone is racist? No. Does that mean that all white people are racist? Absolutely not. You would be foolish to even try to go by that. Like, that's crazy. And like you limit yourself. You're going to like go based off of fear. You're going to start targeting white people instead of them targeting you. And then when they respond or react or maybe even retaliate, then you're going to say, see, look, I told you. No, that was you. It's the same thing with the police. If you always act aggressive and try to like be disrespectful towards them, if they have a different demeanor because they see you as hostile, can we blame the police? Are all police bad now? No, that would be dumb. So yeah, people be losing their mind. I think that this person is bugged out. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose them, right? Maybe they should see one if they really have that much deep issues within themselves. But yeah, no, automatically because you're white and a woman or whatever, it does not make you a horrible person. Doesn't mean you're the biggest threat in the world. None of that. This person's just foolish. Tell me what your opinion is down in the comment section. Hit the like button as well as share the video. And if you're extra nasty, check me out on Patreon or sign up for channel memberships.